Hey guys, here we are with another one. This time I'm going to be showing the BSP-D8 wireless Bluetooth telescopic controller, mobile controller. This isn't their first rodeo, this BSP brand. It's a budget brand. This thing was only $20, but they've put quite a few different versions of this out before. And each one seems to have gotten better than the last to some extent. The first one was the BSP-D3, and that one was kind of like a switch style design where the D-pad was 4 separate buttons, whereas you see here we got a legit D-pad. Um, the good thing about the BSP-D3 was that it had back buttons. It was the only one that actually had back buttons. And that's the one device that I've never tried. But right here is the D8, the brand new one, and this is on the PowKiddy X18S. Let's see. Before I get into how everything works on here, and it works great, it's amazing. Let me just show you the earlier versions of the BSP designs that have come out and what I had to do to make it work with the X18S. And as you can see, the X18S is pretty thick, so this thing is designed to fit a pretty thick phone. You could have a case on it, guaranteed. It even works with Nintendo Switch, so that's pretty cool. The last one I used was the D6, and I have the D7, but this is gonna be kind of funny if you look at it. But I have some double-sided adhesive, removable adhesive strips, and those clear command strips on the recessed side here for the phone camera. And that was a way for me to keep the X18 in nice and tight, and it worked. But there was just something about the thickness of this one that was just a little bit too thin, even though it was designed for Nintendo Switch as well. The Switch had like the rails kind of slide along the rim on this, and it held securely, but it's a little different. So that was the D6. The D7 is right here. I haven't even used this one yet. It's basically the same thing as the D6 with extra lighting and this semi-translucent outer shell. I'm not gonna. Let's see if it'll turn on. Yeah, there we go. This one right here, I haven't even tried it yet, but I love the buttons. The buttons are really nice. That's the one thing I really do like about them. It says ABXY and it has the cross, circle, triangle, and square. But these ring lights right here and LED lights, they're just too bright. There's nothing you can do to dim them. You could turn them off, but you just can't dim them. And I don't need those, but I like them. The new one has it too. You can't see it; it's not picking it up in the video, but all this plastic is like a translucent kind of thin plastic over top of the white. There's a little like piece of dirt or something in between the plastic right there. Kind of bugs me. A little OCD about that. Not really, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this one right here, the same as the D6, the D-pad on it. Actually, this D-pad feels better than the D6 D-pad, but it is tight and kind of floaty. This definitely doesn't pass the contra test. You could clearly see it right there. False diagonals and false inputs. I can show you on the D6. It's pretty much the same thing, but even worse. I thought this D-pad might be good, but unfortunately, it wasn't. Sorry for the exposure, guys. I'm just kind of, again, I'm winging this with a one-take shoot, because I haven't got my stuff set up yet. Pretty soon I'll be doing legit recordings with takes and edits and voiceovers and all that stuff. I just need to get there. Right now I have some products I want to show off, so I'm going to do that while I can. This one also has digital triggers, so you see here, I like them. They're nice and quiet, which is rare because sometimes they're really loud, Kind of don't like the loud clicks on these kind of triggers. These are nice and soft. Not soft as in bad. It's like a nice click with a very quiet tone to it. Same with these. Base buttons, nice and punchy. For the D6 and D7, they're both going to be the same. But the membranes are the same. They feel good. The sticks are good. The average error, I can't even remember what it was, but it was pretty amazing. It was like, it was really low. We'll check the average error on average circularity error on the sticks on this one. So yeah, this is the D6, and then the D7 I showed you. This is the BSP-D5. This one came out after the D3. I never saw a D4. This one right here is kind of unique. This one has the Skyward Sword theme going on, and this one actually fits the X18S perfectly, and it's an amazing fit. I mean, it's cool. It actually works, but just the ergonomics of it. Oh, you know what? Actually, this one has the back buttons too. I forgot about that. But there's just something about this design. It just didn't work for me. It was just hard to hold. It still has the separate buttons for the D-pad. The sticks are up on top, and if you're going to play a dual stick game, I mean, it's great, but you do have digital triggers on here, which is cool for first-person shooters, but I play more racers than I do shooters, so I'd like to have some analog triggers. Sticks are good on these too, surprisingly. For a $20 controller, BSP makes some good controllers with some decent sticks. This D-pad, you know, it's not bad, and the buttons, they're not bad. They feel good. There's nothing I can complain about. It works well, but I wouldn't recommend it just based on the ergonomics and something about these buttons. It's kind of like you have to press in here, but your finger wants to like press down on it up here. And as you can see, it doesn't work very well like that. So it just didn't turn out to work out very well for me. It works on Nintendo Switch, X input, all the same old stuff, just like everything else. But this is the star of the show right here, the D8. When I saw this one, I knew it was going to be good. Just because I already know that the BSP brand has decent sticks. I don't know if they're Hall sensor sticks like they say they advertise them to be. I don't have a magnet with me right now or anything to test that. Maybe somebody else can go about it, but you see right here it says Hall rocker, Hall triggers. Has a good D-pad. It's decent. I'll show you. And good buttons. I love the buttons. So this thing right here is impressive. I am really happy with it. Sorry, let me try to find the. Here we go. Here's the manual. So instead of me telling you everything about the specs, I'm just gonna flip through the pages and let you pause it and read it on your own, so that I don't have to waste your time. And for anybody that wants to get to a specific part, feel free to fast forward. Do what you need to do to get to what you want to see or hear. I don't mind at all. Just trying to get this stuff out there for you guys. So I'm just going to hold this up for like a second on each page to let you see. It basically works with everything. There's hotkey combinations that allow it to pair with the different platforms. So for like X input, you would hold the power button and the right bumper while pairing, and it worked perfectly fine. So hope you guys can read that. It's a little dim, I know, but I'm just going to play it safe today. I'm not trying to mess with anything. They got Android mode, iOS, Switch, X input. They even have that V3 app. I've never messed with that, but there if you want it. Some kind of 2.4 computer receiver mode, but I didn't receive any dongle. It has vibration, it has gyro. I have yet to use gyro or vibration, feel vibration within it, but I'm sure it's there. It's been in all the others. And what I'm going to do just to kind of show this thing off is we'll do a little test. We'll just play like one run on a racing game to show the analog triggers, and then maybe Street Fighter or something to show the D-pad. And that'll be it for this. You know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Drop a comment down below and I will get back to you. And if you have any recommendations for future videos, I definitely need to get a camera, a mic, and everything I need to make this work. So I'd appreciate any kind of constructive criticism. Feel free to lay it on me. All right, you guys. So here we go. This is the D8, the BSP-D8. And as you can see, compared to the D7 and all the others, it's really much more well thought out. This kind of dug into the corner of your hand a little bit, and the entire back is wide on this, whereas in this just has this bar, so it's kind of like you have a little bit more room for your fingers. And for me, it's amazing. It feels so good. I mean, for twin stick games, you're still going to be kind of holding it a little bit funny because it's like a switch style right below the buttons, but like this, oh man, it feels so good. I'm blown away by how good it feels. It's like exciting. We got analog triggers, legit analog triggers. I tested them, and they're responsive, they're accurate, and they work. And I'm not used to using analog triggers. I've been playing with digital triggers for so long that it's takes a little getting used to for me. The sticks, literally like a 0.5% circularity error. So I'll go through all those real quick, go into Gamepad Tester, and show you that. I'm not going to jump into Contra or anything like that to show you those the lower end games. I'm just going to show you a little bit of something like OutRun, Coast to Coast, and Street Fighter or something like that. So here we go. Let's just open this up and get started. Turn it on by pressing that button right there. It should connect pretty quickly if you have Bluetooth turned on. Do I have Bluetooth turned on? I do. And it doesn't connect. Oh, it's connected. Okay, so the triggers, or I'm sorry, the bumpers, you know, when you're using Daijisho, the front end, it will switch through the tabs, and this is for an X input device, and I have it set so Y and X will flip through the different systems like this, and it works really great. These buttons feel so good. They're slightly rounded, and they're punchy. They have a nice tactile feel. They don't go flush. The edges of them go flush, but they're rounded, so they still stay above the surface of the gamepad. The D-pad. Let me see if I can just kind of get this in focus for a second. The D-pad is great. I mean, they messed up the D-pad so bad on the last one, in my opinion. And then the other ones with the separate buttons, I'm just not a fan of that. And I'm a D-pad guy. I like a good D-pad, so I'm really happy about that. So what I'm going to do right now is just I'm going to have to look down at my device instead of the camera, and I hope I stay in frame for you guys. Let me lower the exposure just slightly so you can see the screen better. And I guess before I go any further, I should tell you that this is start, this is select, and this is turbo. Now we all know how to set a turbo button. If you don't, feel free to ask me. Okay. So let's see. Let's go into Gamepad Tester. Let's just do the app first. Let me see if I can zoom in on the screen for this just to show you. All right, so we will go to Gamepad first, and as you'll see, I should zoom out so you can see the actual buttons I'm pressing, huh? Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Up, down, left, right. Go up, up, down, down, left, right. B-A, B-A. Start. No, but okay, start, select. And so that's just basically showing you that. Here's your sticks. They're very responsive. They have a very slight snap to the cardinal angles, but it's not nearly as bad as most controllers have. So it's impressive. The BSP sticks have always been good. In my experience, they have. So let's see what else we got on here. So all axis, you can see the gas and brake here. From 0 to 99. So it's nice and smooth. So these analog triggers are great. They work well. I'm gonna back out of here. I know I'm going slow, guys, so feel free to put it at 1.5 speed or whatever you need to do. Dead zones. They're circular sticks, so you're not gonna feel the whole square, but man, are they good. You see how smoothly I can go through those lines? It's not that I'm drawing smooth, but usually I'll latch really strong on the cardinal angles. And it's just a slight latch, and I don't mind that at all. Same thing with this side, you guys. So I'm gonna back out of here. Joystick smoothness. Let's just zoom in on this. Really good. For the right stick, it doesn't seem to be reaching the corner all the way. Well, actually, neither of them do. That's the circle. Okay. All right, so let me back out of here. The axis is, what do we got here? Oh yeah, that's the gas and brake. What I wanted to show you was the average circularity error, but that's on the Gamepad Tester. I think you have to use the website one for. Here's gas and brake. So brake. Slower you do it, the more those little gaps will fill in. But they were great. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so let me back out of here and go to Gamepad Tester and see if I could. All right, so we got the Xbox wireless controller is what it's being read as. And I just want to show you. The average circularity error. So I'm sure you've seen this before, like on other channels. Gamer Heaven is known to use this a lot, but this is impressive. Okay, so for some reason, I don't know why the Gamepad Tester isn't recognizing the right stick, but every other thing I've done has recognized the right stick. So 0.7% average error, that's good. All right, so after that, that's the basics of all the stuff that a lot of you will find boring and some of you will find essential. And now for a little bit of gameplay, just to show you how things run. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this by looking at my actual device so I can play somewhat decently and give you a little taste. Okay, so let me go to the home and let's go here. Let's go to PSP and let's play some OutRun coast to coast. Let's see if I'm properly exposed here. This is a longer video than I expected it to be, so sorry about that, guys. Let's just do one quick run. Let's do OutRun mode. And I don't expect myself to do very well sitting in this position. But it's also interesting playing with the analog triggers, because I've been playing this with digital triggers. Let's just see how we do. Uh-oh, losing it already. I got it. I'm acclimating. You know I'm taking the easy route. It always seems to stutter right there in that one spot for some reason on this. I'm losing it. And it's actually pretty nice to be able to have that analog trigger, because right here usually I'm at full speed and I can actually kind of gauge my acceleration a little better, but still it takes some getting used to. But I can strongly recommend this controller for anybody who wants a budget telescopic controller, whether it be for your phone or if you have one of these, PowKiddy X18S, or maybe a Retroid Pocket Flip, or the Microsoft Surface Duo or whatever it is too. That's supposed to be pretty amazing, and that's going to work on this thing too. Can't seem to stay on the road. Oh, that was terrible. No, I'm not going to give up. I know I'm over drifting. Some of these turns are a lot better to take if you don't drift. You take advantage of the slipstream. See if I get the cones. Ah, I missed one. These sticks have metal rings around the whatever you call that part of them too. Anti-friction. Pretty cool. I mean, if a company can make a controller like this for 20 bucks, what's going on with some of those other companies that are selling $70 controllers with sticks that just have horrible dead zones and latch on to the cardinal angles like magnets? So again, this is kind of a first impressions video. I'm not really trying to give a tutorial or anything about how this controller works. If you have questions or want to know anything specific, feel free to ask and I'll get back to you. Just kind of showing you. It's really comfortable in the hands. That design they did where they soften the corners, it just, are you kidding me? I thought I was going to at least be able to finish the run. Nope, not today. Alright, so normally I could finish that run. Sure, no I can't really. But let's back out of here. And let's see, let's just clear all back out. And maybe, you know, some StreetFighter II. Let's just do SNES. Oh, that's got to be in my favorites. Let me back out. There we go, Super Street Fighter II. What am I doing here? All right. Point focus. Okay, so start. Let's just go normal. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit for this one just so you can see the D-pad. I'm not the best at Street Fighter, but I can play. So just to see the Shoryukens, Hadukens, dragon kicks, dragon punches work. I had to get Ryu first. All right, buddy. This is ridiculous. Think I could save it? Nope. I'm acclimating. All right, I got 2 more rounds to go. You do have to acclimate to the D-pad, and that's pretty much for every D-pad. Oh man. Right at the end of the video, I have to do terrible on Street Fighter. That's embarrassing. I'm going to play another round. No shame in my game, man. We've all done terrible on Street Fighter. Normally I use Ryu. Let's use Ryu. I don't want to make it look like the D-pad's bad just because I'm playing bad. D-pad works pretty well. But sitting in this position and playing this way and having the pressure of needing to do well. Oh, let me show you a trick with Zangief. This is cheap, but all right. Yeah, you just gotta jump and kick for the most part. Now let's try some dragon punches. Oh, I'm doing terrible. it works. You just got to get into the you know the rolling action, and there's like a thunk in the middle of this D-pad. A lot of D-pads have that, but you got to kind of get used to it. Definitely has a pivot, rubber membrane. I hate fighting Dawson. So I highly recommend this controller, you guys. Oh, that works as fast forward on Street Fighter. Stop jumping, dude. There we go. All right, guys, I hope that was able to be seen on there. Dang, 30 minutes. I didn't plan for this to be that long, so don't feel bad if you had to fast forward. So that's the BSP-D8 Telescopic Gamepad Bluetooth. Works on pretty much everything. Analog triggers. Nice face buttons. Good sticks. Nice D-pad. And I didn't show you, but I forgot to show you on the Gamepad Tester, but it does pass the contra test. There's no inputs right. It's just down. Let's see if we can see that right here. Look at that. It ain't going anywhere. I have to really force it. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.